Hello and welcome to Warhammer Wednesday. Hope you enjoyed the Orc Looters Burners unboxing and review video last week. This week I'll be looking at the Stormclaw box set, the Orc side of things, because still quite Orky themed over the next few weeks. Still a few videos to do with that. My apologies to one of my subscribers or viewers. I think I said that I'd show my full Orc army. That's actually not going to be ready until next week, so apologies for that, but you will get to see it. Painting wise, I haven't done any painting. I mean, I've spruced up my Orc army in general. I've whitened their teeth, I've reddened their eyes, I've bloodied up their axes. So I've brought their painting up a bit, and that's the great thing about Warhammer and models and things. Everything is, it's just an empty canvas still. You can always go back and add bits and improve your skill and things like that. So that's what I've been doing. So my whole Orc army I'm really happy with. Haven't completely painted everything. I haven't painted any new Orc things, but I have built them all. So if you want to see pretty much most of the new Orc releases, barring the Gorkanor and the mech gun, where I'm hoping to pick up a mech gun before I do my full video, check out that one that's coming out of my full Orc army. I did actually put my Orc army up last year in December time, so I know that's quite close, and I've put it this way, I've spent more money on my Space Marines than my Orcs, and yeah, you'll see a lot of new models for Orcs, but Space Marines, I will be putting that video up probably in the next few months, so it's going to be quite a while actually, and that's mainly because I'm going to try and finish it this year if I can. If funds are available, I'm going to try and finish my full Space Marine army, unless Games Workshop just pull a fast one and release loads of new models. So I'm really hoping they push that Blood Angels release as far back as possible. Anyway, so I'm going off on tangents with Space Marines and things. This is what you get in the Stormclaw box set. A lot of people will probably get it for this model right here, Grok Face-Rippa or whatever his name is. It's got a really awesome attack squig. I mean, that's just incredible. I can't wait to paint that with his teeth and his tongue and his eyes. I mean, forget how good they are in the game. Just concentrate on how good the models are. It's a really nice model. I believe that you can't get the Stormclaw set anymore. That's what I've been told. It's limited edition and there's still a lot of demand for it. And well, if you're a business, I really don't see the point financially. If you're there as a business to make money, to make so many things limited nowadays. Limited codexes only for like 1,000 or 2,000 people. Limited box sets now. Limited models. It's just you might as well just say, right, we're a business. We don't want to make too much money, because they will sell their limited things, but they'll probably have trouble sleeping at night thinking, well, we could have sold X number more, because they would have done. I mean, I was in my local store and they had about 30 something White Dwarf Weekly magazines still left on the shelf, and they were selling them at a discount. So they were selling about 30, 40 White Dwarf Weeklies. They can't shift them. So GW, they're losing money in the books and the magazines and things, but they're not making as much money as they could in box sets. Anyway, I keep going off on these tangents. I do apologise. This model is awesome. It's kind of like a power claw with a little ripsaw going on there. So I love his tooth that jutted out of the head when you place the head, and he's got your classic shooter or combi shooter with a couple of missiles on. It's a really nice model. Can't wait to spray and paint him. I do fancy painting a lot of Orcs at the moment. Don't know why, it's just summer and I fancy painting them. So a lot of people will buy it for that, which is great. It's a good model. Now the rest of the models you can just get in box sets, but if you bought the Stormclaw box set, you'd get, you're getting your models at a discount price in theory. I mean, your Gretchen, very straightforward. You've got your Runt Herd, with his little attack squig. I mean, honestly, he could just munch on him for breakfast, couldn't he? He would just, you know, bite size. He'd just swallow him whole. And so just your standard runt herd, and then all these Gretchen are just normal little Gretchen from the normal bot set that you buy separately. They're stupid easy to make. Literally, that is one model, and you just glue it to the base. It's as simple as that. A few others you might have to glue their head on. That's it. I mean, you know, I could see why people could make an army of Gretchen, but yeah. And one side note at the moment, just to say, is obviously this isn't a legit army. Obviously they brought in Unbound, and yeah, you could use this as Unbound, no problem. But if you wanted to use it as kind of a legit army, you couldn't really, because you need I think you need 3 troops for orcs, and obviously you've only got one. You've only got the 10 Gretchen there, so you would need to buy a couple more boxes of Orc Boys, which I think are about 18 quid for 10. So yeah, there is that. But if you bought Truck Boys and Orc Boys box set, which I think it'd set you back at about 40 or 50 quid. So spend about 40 or 50 quid, then you've got a legit army, and it's quite a good army to base it on, really, because you could have your war boss or warlord or whatever in with these orc knobs. That's what they're called. They're just bigger versions of orcs, really. I've kitted them out. Again, there's no change here with the models that come in box sets individually. I've just got he's kind of like the boss knob. Yeah, I know. Anyway, he's got a power claw and a little slugger. Got 2 kind of shooty knobs with combi shooters with the rockets on them. And then I've got 2 kind of close combat type ones, because I've got a squad of knobs that just have sluggers and choppers. So the new codex, you can have any of them can take weapons from the ranged or melee list. So you can take your combi shooters, you can take your ooze choppers, which these have both got. That's an ooze chopper. So is that one. I think I did use that head from the Mega Knob set. So, and then you've got the little ammo runt, who is actually shorter than a stick bomb. So he's quite easy to glue. So that's your squad of knobs. And then you've got the killer cans. This is my first experience with the killer cans. I know they came out a long time ago, but I was really interested in these. I enjoyed making them. It took a little while, but they're kind of like crapper dreadnoughts, but a lot cheaper. And it does suck that they changed their claws to can claws, which is just silly. I mean, how is that any less? How is that strength 6 when this claw is a strength 8? I mean, that's powered on a vehicle. Yeah, it doesn't fit the fluff, it doesn't fit the rules, and I think it's stupid, but what can you do, you know? I mean, the rockets are exactly the same rockets as on the combi weapons, but yet they had to give you some kind of rule where that claw isn't strength 8, they give it as a strength 6. I think it's still AP2, which is alright, but they up the price of them as well. So, and the rules for dreads have never been that good in the last like 1 or 2 editions. But anyway, I've equipped that one with the rocket launcher. This one with the new weapon that can't wait to try out, which is like the Grok, or I think it's a Grok, and it fires like loads of tools and shrapnel and junk at anything. And I think it's like a blast weapon, which is pretty good. Not amazing AP, but pretty good. And then this one I've just equipped with just a big shooter. But I really like these close combat weapons. It's a real shame that they nerf them. I think it's criminal. But maybe so many people were just using them in games as like a can wall that it was being promoted so much, and maybe that affected it. Or maybe they just, I don't know why they would play test them and just, you know, knock them down a few pegs, because, well, some people buy for the models, some people buy for the rules, but there's a big, well, not big argument, there's a big debate at the moment about what drives what, and, you know, whether they're a model company first. I mean, yeah, I understand they're a model company, but if you look at all the rules and the books and the fluff that come out, I don't know. I mean, they get a huge revenue from that side of things. Anyway, that is kind of like my little overview or review really of all of the models that come with the Stormclaw. Like I said before, you only get the new model is the War Boss. But if you liked all the new stuff that Orks came out with, definitely worth getting if you can still pick it up. That is from other websites, because GW don't want to make any more money. So you know, they're great models. They're great to add to your collection, especially if you haven't experienced any of the new kits, any of these kits. Because I don't collect Orks all the time, so I never had experience of these. And I just had the normal knobs before and never had any killer cans really. So I think they're a great set, a great little addition. I hope Games Workshop do the same with all of their releases, but don't make them limited. I mean, just make them as a set that you can. I nearly said start set, as a set that bridges the gap between your releases. Just keep doing that, but keep them available, because now when you say Sanctus Reach, they think, well, where's the box set for the Sanctus Reach models? And they can't find them. They can just find like terrain and maybe a campaign supplement. It's better to keep your box set like this. You know, if you're trying to sell more because it's limited, then you will break even, obviously. But there's so many potential sales that you could have had that it's just no point in making it limited. It really isn't, because I know plenty of people that will have bought one or two of these box sets and they're now selling them for 50, 60 quid more to people that really want them, but they couldn't get them because for whatever reason. So in a way, Games Workshop, you're creating more opportunities for other people to make money out of your models. So maybe that part of the argument, maybe that's good, maybe it's bad, who knows, who might decide. Anyway, I'm just going to show you the spare bits that you get. And so here are the spare bits that you get for all of the Ork models. As you can see there, it's quite an eclectic collection, I suppose. There's this arm with like a buzzsaw on, it's pretty cool. Got plenty of sluggers and choppers that you can use on, if you bought a box of Ork Boys, you could use them for that knob there, or I'm sure you can find plenty of uses for all these. You've got armour plates that you can stick on things, got a load of heads, got a few iron gobs, more heads, got this beastie huge chopper, big chopper, got a few power claws, got a couple of things for the killer cans like the scorch I didn't use and the drill. Please, anybody out there, can you convert your big mech so it has a drill on his right arm and then some kind of rivet gun on the left, and maybe put some green stuff around his head and his face shield, and you got Big Daddy from Bioshock. I'm waiting for that. This drill screams out for that. And actually, I might do that myself. So watch this space. I am thinking about getting another box set of Mega Knobs, so that might actually happen. You got this Scorcher weapon, this combi Scorcher weapon, and you've got a few other bits and pieces. Another huge chopper, and this kind of like pneumatic harpoon impaler weapon thing. So yeah, you've got a nice collection of spare parts, and that's great, because I said many times before, I think this box set is brilliant because you can obviously it's the same box sets as if you bought them all separately, so you're left with a load of parts, which is brilliant. I'm so pleased they went this route instead of push model together like they did with Dark Vengeance and Black Reach. So yeah, anyway, hope you've enjoyed this review, this overview of the models in the Stormclaw box set. Thanks ever so much for joining me today. Don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe. Thanks for watching. The Emperor protects.